Welcome back to Positive Life. So, Instagram has a new feature. It's called Reels, and you can make highlights. And I think it's good for fun. You can make some stuff, and that you're happy about creating something for fun. But if you're an artist, like a writer, you're an actor, director, someone that's creative, you get stuck in that loop of, okay, I don't want to do the steps. I want this dream, but I don't want to do the steps. And that is making highlights is like what I want to do. Like, if you're a model, you're like taking all these pictures and all that, trying to make, it appear that you're famous, you're a public figure. That could translate into your real life where you want to have a section on your page, maybe that says red carpet or certain events and everything, and you're out there and talking about how great you are. There's articles written about you that you're always sharing them, and it's the same tone. The articles have the same tone of like, this amazing actress, or this actor's taking Hollywood by storm, and nobody knows who the actor is or the actress. Like, they're not relevant. You could verify their credits on IMDb, or you could just do a search and you'll know that it's the same article. Sometimes people start to flood the search engines, like all these different companies. I'm not sure if the actors or actresses pay someone to write about them, because it's like the same type of article. It's not like by the same writer. It's the same article about pumping them up, like making it look like they're on steroids, or making them appear like they're someone that they're not. Like it's working overtime to make it appear that they are someone super famous, important, and that they're a name brand in Hollywood. And if you know these people, and if you do the search, then you'll know that it's like they need that validation to exist, to feel like they're someone, or they just desperately crave it inside. And sometimes we know some of these people, we're not going to say their names, that they really, really, really need their dream. And it's not for the reason that they enjoy it and they love it. It's deeper stuff, that they want to feel like they're doing a good job, and that they need to be seen as someone important, someone famous, public figure. It's just that when you read these articles, it's not good. Like, if these articles were written about me and they were just out there, I wouldn't want that type of publicity if it's not real. If I'm not out there doing enough to make a name for my work, not for myself, to have my work speak on my behalf and just do a good job and enjoy it, then what is the purpose of sharing with your audience like all these articles that have the same tone? Like, they read the same. It's almost like they're plagiarism in a way of like everyone's borrowing something. Like every author, whoever authored these articles, saying like, I can't really describe how they read, but it's like where they go into like how great that person is, and how they're taking the industry by storm, and that they're an amazing actress, and they're social media superstar, or this actor is the most prolific actor, that their good looks is dominating the modeling scene. It's like all this like stuff that, and then they're not even written like with good grammar. And it's just that, like, who writes these, whether it could be the actress or the actors, that are paying for this type of release. I call it like release, like if you're like PR, like this type of release that you hire someone and you pay them and then they start to write this content about you. Is this that when you do something, when you say if Deadline writes about you or Variety and all that, they're not gonna like spend, so each time they write about you, they're not gonna spend all this time like introducing who you are. If you have to like pump it up to where each article is reading the same and it's like spending half the article talking about how great you are and your background and everything and spending all that time, then you just really can't trust it, especially when you know who these people are and you know that they haven't accomplished what is entailed in the article. Like, they haven't achieved stardom, or they spend so much time with the highlights. When I say the highlights, they're out there showing off on the red carpet or talking about how great they are, or they have auditions, or they're doing this and that. It's like they need to tell people like how great they are. And sometimes they could be the same people, a couple that have the same type of, like-minded interest, dreams, and they still both haven't accomplished their goals or their dreams yet. And maybe their dream could just be to be together, and not what they really want is like that Hollywood dream. But if they really focused and they gave effort and they really focused on like, okay, I need to share monologues, I want feedback, and not be afraid of the criticism or people to say things that maybe that they don't like. To be so confident in your abilities and not worry about what people say about you, or you're not good enough, or I didn't like your acting, or you think you're an actor or actress. I'm talking about where you're willing to be open for feedback, or even sometimes criticism, and even for people that hate on you, and to leave that up there, leave that content up there so other people could speak on your behalf if they like you. But then our goal is not to win over everyone, to get 100% support where everyone's just praising us and loving us and that nobody has anything to say. You want all that stuff out there. You want the envy, you want the jealousy, you want people to put you down and say all this stuff. Leave it there, leave it up there. Like, if you're afraid because other people are gonna see it and it's gonna like devalue who you are, and it's going to give people the idea that you're not good. I mean, don't worry about any of that. Like, leave it all up there. Like, if they want to leave comments and you don't like them, then don't worry about it. Because if you really want your dream and you're out there making movies, people are going to review and say things. If they don't like your performance, you're not good, they're going to say things in IMDb. They're going to write that. You can't take that down. That if they want to give you a 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, and they want to say you were horrible and they shouldn't even hired you for that role, then that's their opinion. Everyone has their own opinion. So we can't be out there trying to stop everyone from writing something that is unfavorable. Is this that when you're trying to live for the highlights? When I say the highlights, is that you want people to see you on the red carpet. You want people to see you at events. You want articles to be written about you where it makes you look so great. And then you go home and maybe you are stuck in that fantasy and you think that you are great, because if you're out there sharing those articles and they're all the same, that they have the same tone, the same message of like starting off with like who you are and you dreamed of this and that and this, like the same articles, like there's nothing different. They're all the same. There could be 10 of them and they have the same message, the same tone, and they're trying way too hard to make you into something that you're not. It's like somebody wrote an article say like Jason is like the top screenwriter in Hollywood and that he's dominating the stories and he's like, writing these amazing scripts and all that. And I mean, I wouldn't want that written on me if I'm not out there actually doing what I know I'm capable of doing. But if I'm not out there doing it and I don't have anything out there, then I don't want that written about me, and I'm not going to share that and trick people into thinking that I believe what is written and share that with other people to make me look great when I'm that's not what I want. If I go out there and do work and I write scripts and I make movies, I'm not going to spend time trying to make myself into someone I'm not, into someone that is a public figure, is famous, and that is a superstar, and that everyone loves, and like I don't care about that stuff. I really don't care about the red carpet. I haven't walked on the red carpet, and if I have to walk on the red carpet, then I mean, if that's the only entrance into a award show or some event, then yeah, that's okay. But I don't thrive on that type of attention of like being on some red carpet, promoting articles that are about like how great I am. Like, I'm not into any of that. It hasn't happened, but I'm not into into having that done for me. But if somebody wants to write a story and like down the road, and I'm like writing movies, and they want to promote and they want to talk about my process, then that would be great. Like if they want to interview me about like how I write, how I tell stories, or where I get my inspiration, how I'm able to whip up like these stories, or create these characters, then that's fine, because you're talking about your work. But I don't need that validation of like, oh, I'm great and all that. What does that do for you? Because down the road, it won't even matter anymore, because people move on. We have to be comfortable with who we are and believe in who we are and stay true to ourselves, because we don't need these this media to make us into something we're not, if we're not that person yet. When I say yet, we haven't accomplished that success, and then we're not famous. And what does it matter to be famous or not? Like, who cares? A bunch of people that don't even know you coming and praising you and validating you and saying all these things. Why does that even matter? I mean, do you really need the compliments to exist? And some people do. They need those highlights. And that's why on Instagram, they have the highlights and people make these reels. If you're just doing it for fun, that's good. But if you're doing it to make it look like you're like someone, like, look at me, I'm on all these events, I'm going to have all these little clips and these little snippets of like all these word shows, all these places that I want to. But then people are going to ask you, like, who are you? Like, oh, you got like some Instagram account that has a lot of followers, like, a micro influencer, like someone be less than 1 million followers, or you have like a little YouTube channel with some thousands of subscribers, but nothing like 100,000 or like 1 million or anything. Like, you have some. So yeah, like you have some moderate success, but are you super famous? Are you a name brand? Do people actually know who you are? Probably not. And if you look on your IMDb page for actors and actresses, then you can verify who they really are. Like, what movies have they made? Are they in lead roles? Are they in supporting cast? Are they in movies that are screening in like on Netflix, or in the box office, or at film festivals? Like, who are these people? So if you're out there spending your time daily praising certain people and putting them on pedestals and feeling like they're so successful and that they're just like, you're just like focused on them, and that you're mesmerized or just obsessed with them, and then you don't really verify who they really are, and if their work if their work is out there and that they're actually who they say they are. I think that you should just do it for yourself. Like, get off social media and find your success, and don't allow these distractions of like, I need people to see like how cool I am, I need the views, I need things to go viral, I need a bunch of likes. Don't need it. Like, just If you want to do it for creative reasons, then do it. But in my opinion, I think those highlights are like a trap of like skipping the steps. Like, I want my dream, I want this, I'm gonna skip the steps and then make it look like I'm faking it, that I'm someone, that I'm like famous, I'm a public figure. When you identify yourself as a public figure, then that's a problem. Instead of putting yourself as a writer or a musician or something, an entrepreneur, like, you're identifying yourself as a public figure when you are not. And if you do that, then you're stuck in a fantasy thinking that you're someone famous, someone important, and you're not, because some famous people that could put public figure don't, and most of them don't. They don't identify themselves as a public figure, even though that they're superstars and that everybody in the world knows them and knows their work, and they don't identify themselves as a public figure. So why do people that haven't done anything in the industry, why do they identify themselves as a public figure? Because they need that to exist, to think they're someone, to think they're important. And why do they share articles about things written on them that have the same message, try to make them appear like something that they're not? Because they need that. And why do they act like they're someone? Because they need that. Because inside they're crying out for that attention, and that they need their dream to exist, and not because they need their dream to make a difference or to be happy doing something they love. They need their dream to exist. So think about that. You know, if you're spending time with the highlights, you want to skip the steps. Think about where you really use it, because if you just do the steps, you do the work, you give effort, share your time and energy, and you find a good creative space where you can get away from everyone and do your work, that you could actually achieve your dream, and your work will speak for itself. Until the next time, value yourself, respect yourself, love yourself. Peace out.